morning. I'm Reverend Roy Atwood, and thank you for joining us for our worship pre-show. I'm joined by Reverend Anna Bundy Hagler.
Hi.
We're getting started this week with our announcements, what we've got coming up.
Yes, we sure do.
A
lot.
January 27th, which is tomorrow, the queer theology class is starting.
I just can't believe January's flying by.
It's
Continue
flying, 7 p.m. That's going to be a 4-week class about queer theology.
In person and online.
And online. Register on Realm.
Yes.
Then we've got First Steps coming up February 2nd. What is First Steps? Why should people go to First Steps?
Yeah, First Steps. So if you're online and you're new to our community, that's really the perfect invitation for you. If you're in person and you're watching this later and you're still new to our community, this is for you. Really, it's an event where we get together and we talk about the history of the United Methodist Church, the history of First Church, what we're doing now, what are some of our theological beliefs, and then how you can get plugged in. And it's not just for new folks, although we really encourage it, especially if you're thinking about becoming a member. But if you've been around a while and you need a little refresher, come meet new people and get a refresher course.
We've got Parents' Night Out coming up February 7th. We're doing the first Fridays.
First Fridays
of the month.
Yeah.
For Parents' Night Out.
Yeah.
Every month this year.
Yes.
And there's a rumor that there's going to be some content for parents as well on February
That may
7th.
stay a rumor. We don't know yet.
Okay, so it's up in the air. Check our website.
Our website will always have the most up-to-date information.
Yes, but if you're interested in that, stay plugged in. And then February 8th, the next day, the men's retreat. What kind of things do you do on a men's retreat?
I lead women's retreats. I would imagine they're a tiny bit different.
What kind of things do they do on a women's retreat?
Well, we learn. Mm-hmm. We hang out together.
And you don't do any of that on a men's retreat?
Probably not. Just kidding. I heard it's a kind of manly-ish retreat.
Yeah. Watch football, fix up some cars.
Is that what you think men do with their time? Run?
I don't know.
But it would be really good.
If you're a man and you're looking to deepen your faith a little bit, deepen your spirituality a little bit, get to know some other men who go to this church, men's retreat.
There aren't a lot of spots specifically for men in our church. Mm-hmm. So this is a really good one, and I think that we're really wanting to build bigger men's community after this. So.
Well, this is stereotypical, but women make friends better than men do, I think.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I was just going to say because we talk a lot. There are some men who are yappers, though.
Oh, yeah. This is on average, I think.
Okay, yes. Averagely,
it's harder to
women.
make friends as an adult man.
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity to do so. So sometimes you got to put yourself out there.
Are you going to be there?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's a rumor.
Last week, Mitchell talked about anxiety and letting go of anxiety. How do you feel about anxiety? You got any of it?
I think it depends on what it is. In the biggest parts of my personality, I'd like to say, no, I don't have any anxiety ever. Mm-hmm. I have some anxiety. I read once, I hate when people speculate about anxiety that aren't actual doctors. But I think I read something once that anxiety stems from your lack of control. It's that you don't have control over a situation. In that case, I might be the most anxious person.
Why?
I'm just kidding. I just like control over things.
Oh, you do like control.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We're working on it.
I mean, I think
what about
a
you?
lot of people.
What do you think about anxiety?
So, in general, I'm a very carefree, easygoing person. Mm-hmm. Do you disagree with that? You don't think I'm a carefree, easygoing person?
Is that how people describe you?
I think How many times have you seen me worked up about something that's actually of importance?
I don't think you get worked up. I didn't say that.
Okay.
I don't think you're carefree. I do think you're easygoing.
Okay. I think that those are synonyms. We'll have to break this thing down some more.
Yeah.
But I also have an anxiety disorder. I have panic attack disorder. So I get panic attacks. I have to take medication for it.
Yeah.
So anxiety is a hard thing to let go of sometimes.
Yeah. Which is why I think we need pastors like Mitchell to preach on them.
Yes. And to acknowledge that it's something that we all experience.
Yes. Even those of us who, I just tried to proclaim that, I don't have it.
Yeah.
You were just talking.
You were talking the other day about how you had an energy drink on an empty stomach, and that was making you feel all jittery.
If that's the one thing I can tell people is to not drink an energy drink on an empty stomach. I mean, I almost had a panic attack that morning.
I will tell you from experience, if you feel anxious generally, if you feel that tightness in your chest, if your mind starts racing and you're trying to get it slowed down, cut out caffeine or limit your caffeine. I don't drink caffeine. I used to drink more of it. I slowed it down, and then I just cut it out completely because it's just like, it is not working for me.
Yeah. I think there are some parts about anxiety that we can take control over, like things like caffeine.
Well, it's interesting because some of it is your brain. Like we like to think that we have full functioning over our thoughts, but it's weird that like if I drink coffee or tea or something with caffeine in it, it's gonna make my thoughts different. It's gonna make how I think different. Like it's chemical as well.
That's really interesting. I've not thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you had that energy drink, your brain was responding differently than it normally did.
Yes, absolutely. And caffeine usually doesn't do that to me. But that day, it for sure did. And for some of us, like you, because you're caffeine free.
Yes, you've got to really cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
You can take medication, you can cut out caffeine, exercise. There are all sorts of things that you can do to cut down on your anxiety.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, you made me list my...
hold on. I want to go back, though. Just a second. You didn't ask me if we could move on.
I'm sorry. Would you give me permission to move on to the next topic? I thought I was hosting this episode, but apparently not.
The control freak's back. My bad. I was just going to say, for those of our friends who are watching that didn't watch last week's sermon, where can you invite them to find it?
YouTube.
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes.
The website.
The website.
Any podcast platform that you like, you can listen to it in audio form.
Yes.
Yeah.
You really went in depth. If you want to see a little clip, we're on socials.
Yeah, you can just catch a little clip.
Okay, I'm taking a back seat now.
If you want to read the sermon, you can read it on our Substack.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of forget that's an option.
Yeah, because sometimes you can read, like, you're in a place where you can't listen to something.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, hey, I'm just going to read it. Or sometimes a lot of people are like, you understand it better if you read it.
Yeah.
So you listen to it once and then you go back and read it. I say that even for myself because I put together the transcript. Right. I understand the sermon better after putting together the transcript than just listening to it once. Because you're like, oh, that's where that went to that and that went to that. Like I get the flow better of logic.
Our brains are so nutty.
Yeah. Can I move on to the next topic now?
Yes, you can. I'm also officially stepping back.
Okay, thank you. A couple weeks ago, you had me list my ins and outs.
Yes.
For the new year.
Yeah.
You know, people are saying, "What do you think's going to happen? What are the trends? That are in or out?" You were telling me the other day that disposable camera images are in.
Yes, I got a lot of comments. What was it? 2 weeks ago when I brought my new little disposable camera to church. Mm-hmm. People were like, "That can't come back."
Wow.
They're back. I don't know what to tell you.
They're back.
Roy's really bad at taking photos on them.
Look, there's no image, there's no screen to say to give you feedback on what the picture looks like. It's just point and click. And I pointed and clicked, and apparently I was bad at pointing and clicking. You can't even zoom. What was I supposed to do?
It's fair. Anyway, that's in. I'm not declaring that's in. Somebody else told me.
Somebody else. What are you declaring that's in?
One, I think we need to be making new friends. So it's funny that you brought up the men's retreat.
Yeah.
Making friends is in. It's
in
hard
for 2025.
work. You have to be really intentional.
Yeah.
I think so. We have traditional and we have modern. I think we have a really good opportunity right now because of who we are at First Church and what we're doing that we could welcome a lot of new friends in.
Well, and we also, I think we're still recovering from the pandemic mentally. We all got so antisocial in the pandemic and in our own little worlds that we're still like,
it was so easy.
You gotta be intentional about making friends.
Yeah, absolutely. So making friends is in. Okay. Reading things that bring you joy. Like I'm so tired of trying to read self-help books I'm not in seminary anymore, so I don't have to read like heavy theological pieces.
I did a lot of skimming.
Yeah. Read something that brings you joy. Yeah. I love quick, trashy chick flick books.
If that brings
you know what?
See,
I'm reading 30 of them
out?
this year.
You know what's out?
What?
The word trashy.
Oh,
because
okay.
If that makes you happy, like a lot of people describe reality TV as trashy, but if that makes you happy and is an enjoyable use of your time, it gets you refreshed and ready to go. It lets you escape out of your world. That's all positive.
Also,
there's nothing trashy about that.
With like reality TV, you can study humans.
Yeah.
Like if you do the Enneagram, my favorite thing about studying the Enneagram is that then I watch TV shows.
And then you diagnose.
And
everybody. It's not a diagnosis, but
I don't really. Yeah, but I'm like seeing their motivations for things. Yeah. So reading things that bring you joy, not hating on other people's music. So similarly, like let people live.
Just let people like what they like.
I literally think Mitchell said a couple weeks ago in his sermon, like chill out.
Just chill out, y'all.
Chill out. Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when people hate on other
music.
people's music. Yeah. Like specifically. So I think we should have hard conversations.
Whew.
I know.
That's in.
It's in.
I want easy conversations.
I know. But I think they're out. I think hard conversations are in. And then encouraging people is in.
Encouraging them to do what?
Just in life.
Just lifting them up?
Yeah, like gas them up.
Yeah.
Can you define gassing people up?
I don't think I'm...
Do people still use that?
I've thought that maybe it was a younger phrase.
Oh, okay. Well, gassing people up is like encouraging them, like complimenting them, that kind of thing. So we're gassing people up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And giving them a boost?
Yeah, just an emotional boost.
We're encouraging folks.
Yeah.
We're raising the roof.
That didn't make any sense.
Okay.
What's out for 2020?
Spending too much time on our phones. We spend way too much time on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. That's out.
I really use it as a crutch and to avoid small talk.
Yeah, I don't think that makes you carefree.
I don't know if that has to do with carefree.
I don't know. I think I could see a correlation. Anyway.
There's a really interesting article by Derek Thompson, I believe, about the antisocial dilemma or antisocial age or something like that.
Yeah.
Talking about how much we use our technology to avoid interacting with people.
Yeah.
And it's making us miserable. Because we are not good. We've lost that muscle of having casual interactions.
Yeah.
And so...
we all hate small talk, but we need to be able to do it.
There's an interesting study where they paid people to chat people up on the bus in Chicago or something.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, I will hate this, but I will do it because I'm being paid. And then the people who did it versus the control were happier having the small talk with a stranger.
Wow.
And people have really held on to that study, and it's been replicated in other places.
Yeah.
Be like, just talk with people and be friendly, and you don't know that little bit of friendliness might be really lifting somebody up. It might be gassing them up for their day.
You could be gassing them up.
Yeah.
Put your phone down and gas somebody else up.
Yeah.
And then stop assuming the worst about yourself.
Don't do it.
That's out.
It's not true.
Stop eating out more than you eat in, like at home.
You love a good restaurant.
I know. And then stop snoozing your alarms. That's personal.
I changed my alarm that I cannot snooze it. Because I think on the iPhone you can take the snooze button off.
I didn't know that. That's all I got.
You just can't snooze it.
You can't snooze it.
You just can't snooze it physically. There's no snooze button.
That's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you're already on the
I never
fast
snooze.
train out.
I never snooze. You don't believe me?
No, I do.
Okay, so this week Mitchell's talking about envy. Are you envious of anything or anyone that you need to let go of the envy?
No, but I think, being out I think if you spend lots of time on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, regardless of your age, you get envious of the people you find on those platforms.
You just got to remind yourself that they are showing the highlights.
So the less that I am on those platforms, the less envious I am.
Yeah.
So I'm not really I've been pretty off grid this weekend, so I'm feeling pretty free of envy. What about you?
I'm envious of people who, I've told you this, I've always wanted just 6 months work in one city, 6 months work in another city, and just travel around the world like that. I'm envious of people who can do that.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoy worship today. If you want to stay connected, you can always stay connected by our newsletter, our email newsletter, our social media, and our website. The events page on the website is a great way to follow along with what's going on.
Yep,
we hope you enjoy worship today. Thanks for joining us.